Am I live? I don't know. I can't tell. I'm gonna just keep getting ready then, because I can't tell. I can't tell if things are working today. I hope they are, but I just don't know. I just don't know. You guys will have to let me know. All right, I see people. I see people. Good sign. Sorry about that, guys. I would have started a little bit ago, but I've been having some internet trouble today. So I have a feeling that we're going to experience some internet trouble while trying to watch the movie, which is never fun. But, you know, we work with what we've got. We'll work with what we've got. How's everybody doing? I've got this weird kind of rash all over my arm today. Don't entirely know what's up with that. You guys can't totally see it, I suppose. But let's see, how do I turn my arm? It like starts here and then kind of works its way down till here. I don't know, kind of weird. How's everybody doing? Welcome, Will Cook, Anthony, Zimzilla, Luke Cool. Time to bully weebs, exactly. Hello, Michael, Bugs, Godzilla 2000, John, Kongzilla, Razorbike, Godzilla 2006. I graduated today. Congratulations! That's pretty awesome. I noticed you, Luke. Shh. Laptop, we don't want to make noise. Alright, let me pull up the chat on the laptop. I'll tweet out the stream here. Where'd the stream go? Here it is. Here it is. Tweet it out because I know that's where the most people will watch it. I'm watching Godzilla City on the Edge battle live. Come say hi. And that's how you tweet out as a YouTuber. There's your tutorial. We are going to start it in 7 minutes. We are starting it at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7, 8, where, you know, it's depending on what time zone you live, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to start it. And should be sick. We're live. Just checking to make sure I'm doing this the right day. I'm not seeing some of the usual faces, so I'm having to check to see if we're doing this right. For a second there, I was like, I might have just started this on the wrong day, which is entirely possible. I could. That's the kind of thing I would do. I didn't though. This is when we're supposed to do it. There we go. Now we got the usual suspects. Didn't see Godzilla 154 in the chat. I was starting to get nervous. Oh snap. My other channel just hit 666 subscribers. Dab on him. You didn't get any notification. Thanks, YouTube. I appreciate that. At least I have no more online exams. That's true, John Marston. Is your name a reference to the character John Marston? Or did you just get lucky? Following you since day one, G-Man. Once a day for news feeds. When is the trailer coming out, my friend? The trailer will most likely come out in July or June. Probably July, though. If the movie doesn't get delayed. This, by the way, the thing on screen right here. Is this where it's supposed to be? I can't tell. I don't have my thing pulled up. No, shoot. Right here. This is the gift that you all forgot to have me turn on last week. Just didn't even remind me that I needed to have the GIF open. Let me get the movie pulled up so that I can hit play when the time's right. Alright, start the movie in 5 minutes. Everybody, here's your 5-minute warning. Godzilla City on the edge of battle. That's the film we're watching today. This is not a movie. You don't like City on the Edge of Battle? You don't like it to the point where you're not considering it a movie? You always seem to pull up the movie at the last possible second. Well, I did it 4 minutes early this time, so that's at least a good thing. I do just remember that I have the stupid intro that no one else has because I have such a weird version of the movie. So mine's not going to start exactly when everyone else is going to start. All right. My frame here, I'm 6 seconds ahead of everyone else in terms of time count. Mine starts out saying a Netflix original series. I don't know where everyone else's is going to start. You can view this movie on Netflix or on Blu-ray if you're fortunate enough to own it there. Do you guys see a loading screen? Are you talking about my live stream is just a loading screen? That's unfortunate if it is. Godzilla is a badass in this movie. That's absolutely correct, King. I see CGI leaves. Well, then you're ahead of me. You're going to be ahead of me the whole movie. Godzilla Earth versus Shin Godzilla. It's an impossible answer. I don't know. I'd imagine Shin Godzilla would somehow evolve to defeat Godzilla Earth some way. If anyone else is watching Netflix, they should get to the same Netflix original series intro. That's where mine starts. Starts with the black screen with the white text saying a Netflix original series. I have heard of Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm a little worn out today. I've been doing a lot of outdoor stuff. And I'm just worn out because of it. All right, everybody, 2-minute warning. Get your films pulled up. I see this is our lowest viewing stream by far. Hoping Blue Nova might pop in. He's a big anime fan, big Godzilla anime fan. Hoping he'll pop in the stream and spread some love. Because he likes the movies a lot more than I do. A bit too much. He likes them a bit too much. This one isn't going to get a lot of traction, I can tell. Yeah, no one's really going to tune into this one. I have a feeling more people will tune in next week. Where are you guys at in the movie? We haven't started it yet. We're starting it in 2 minutes. Thank goodness with the no clickbait title from last watch along. That was not my fault. I definitely changed the title, and for whatever reason, it just didn't update. And I don't know why it didn't update, but it didn't. D-Man, you look different. Don't know why I look different. Come on down to the Olive Garden and get yourself breadsticks. Isn't it get some free breadsticks? Aren't those the lyrics? Do you have the lyrics right, Bob? When are you doing Planet Eater? That will be next Thursday. And that will end the Watchalong series. We have the little I could try and crop out the watermark here. There we go. Get out of here, watermark. We don't need you. All right. Get your movie ready because we're starting it in less than a minute. Let's see if I mess up. All right, 5 sec. 3, 2, 1. Play. I didn't mess it up. I almost missed it, though. I almost missed my marker. I was not paying enough attention. What's your favorite Godzilla song? What? Once again, I will watch without a film. Why are you doing that? Are you still moving? I assumed you wouldn't be moving anymore. I figured you would have moved. Oh, I'm watching in Japanese, by the way, for those people wondering. I forgot how this film started. This little intro confused me for a second there. I get to sneeze. Ready? I'm trying to hold it in. I totally forgot this movie started with like last time. This is what happened. I did not remember them analyzing the footage of Godzilla Earth. I totally forgot. Still moving. We leave the state on Monday, so I'll be watching next week from a different state. Gotcha. Good luck with that. If that link isn't a Rickroll, I don't know what link you're talking about. My brother said if you read Japanese, you are an anime fan. I don't entirely think that's true. I do like all this stuff, though. The fact that Godzilla can inspire such fear that people freak out and want to evacuate the planet, you know, that just the presence of Godzilla on the planet makes them want to just abandon everybody. Remember that Godzilla vs. Cloverfield you did? Yeah, I do remember that. That came out before this movie. This movie wasn't even out by then. The title sequence in this movie is awesome. This little nanometal logo, when it all builds, that's really cool. I think it's awesome. It's the coolest of the openings, I think. Even though the next movie's got like a really crazy, trippy one as well, this one's a pretty cool one. Now, I did watch this movie with my little brother as well. We watched it as a series, as I talked about last week when I showed him the anime trilogy. I showed it to him as a series. I broke it up into 30-minute episodes. And this one was, I thought it was going to be a lot more rough than it turned out to be. Because Godzilla really isn't in this movie until the very end. You know, in the other one, in Monster Planet, you have a bit more going on. You have the Servum attack, you have Godzilla in the intro, and then you have Godzilla at the ending. So each 30-minute segment has Godzilla. This one, that is not the case. You get that little intro snippet, and then you wind up with Godzilla at the end. Nanotech animation looks cool. Looks epic. Sure does. Damn, only 37 views. Far cry from the views the MonsterVerse one's got. Big time. Big time. I think the first time I watched this movie, I couldn't tell if he was supposed to be sparkling or not. Because, I just couldn't tell. Okay, we're going to have to try and keep track of which girl's which. I never remember the difference between them. There's Mayana and Miana. Something like that. Is that how you pronounce it? I always forget that as well. Mayana and Miana. And hey, Tony's here. Just in time, Tony. The films are 3 years old. My God. These films are 3 years old? No way. Pay attention to the eyes. Yeah. Hiro just connected life. He may have. I think the one he means there is Miana? Am I remembering correctly? I really don't remember which is which off the top of my head. I'm going to have to wait for them to explain it. I see Blue Nova made it. Aren't the twins in the movie just the Mothra twins? Yeah, that feels like an oversimplification, but yeah. I still don't get the hate these anime films get. Makes no sense. Feels pretty much like a traditional Godzilla film to me. Yeah, I know. It's just because people consider it like a waste of potential. I disagree. As we talked about last week, you can't do this in live action. None of what we're seeing on screen would look decent with a $15 million budget in live action. It'd be such a huge, expansive set if they were going to try and build it. And if they were going to do it CGI, it'd be like the movie Avatar. You'd need a budget that size to pull off a planet like this with this type of landscape. Well, the first one is City is 2 years old. Planet Eater is almost 2 years. Yeah, that is crazy. Ugh. That is really crazy. Miana has the kinder facial expressions. Mayana is the one with the glare and ends up with Haruo. So she must communicate with him telepathically right there. If he gets the impression, watch out, after hearing that noise. So I don't know why it's such a plot twist in the next movie when she can telepathically communicate. You can do it in live action, but it would look like a modern season of Ultraman. No offense to Ultraman, since I like shows like Orb and Geed. That is one thing with Ultraman, is that I don't think the new stuff looks good. I actually think it looked better back in the day. Ultraman's always kind of looked a little cheap to me, though. But like the new stuff, they move too quick. There's no real sense of weight from the clips I've seen. And again, this is just from the clips I've seen, but I just don't love it. I get what you're saying exactly when you say that. But yeah, she definitely just telepathically communicated there. And it's still treated like a plot twist in the next movie. I guess there is some action in this movie. I kind of forgot that this sequence happened. I remembered that Yuko is going to get attacked by tentacle monsters, by the baby servum. But I totally forgot that they fight... I think they're fighting Mayana here? Maybe there's a servum. Yeah, there's a servum involved as well, I think. I can't remember if the servum shows up yet. It definitely... No, it doesn't. It comes later. It's the baby one that she spears with the nanometal. I always forget. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. It's been probably a year since I've watched this movie. I've watched Monster Planet more recently, and I've watched The Planet Eater more recently. This is the one that's my least favorite of the trilogy, so I don't watch it as much. But yeah, this is kind of a fun sequence when they're pinned down, freaking out because of her. Orb is really good. Modern Ultra can vary in terms of special effects, though. I like their dyed hair. I like that in the future people just naturally have dyed hair. You guys are doing it wrong. Wanting to donate so that I wind up looking like Mephies. You should be wanting to donate so that I dye my hair like Maya and Miana. So that one's Miana that just showed up. Mayana is the one that just ran away. I'm really going to have to pay attention to this over the next 2 movies. Thank you very much, Alden Tolbert. I really appreciate it. I like the twins better than Yuko. Me too. This movie will definitely be a little better if Mechagodzilla went Skynet from Terminator or Ultron, plus have a body. Like if Mechagodzilla was more of an antagonist, I suppose you mean? This movie is where the trilogy first clicked for me. This movie, I kind of feel that, because although this is my least favorite of the trilogy, by a pretty significant difference, I like this one significantly less than I like the 2 that surround it. this is the first one that thematically lands. There's not really a lesson to the first movie. Thank you very much for the donation. Godzilla 154. I'll write it down. Up to $4 now, or should I count your 99 cents? $2 donation. This movie is 2 years old. Why not do a reaction in 2018? Because I didn't want to. This is the movie that has the first true thematic statement. The first movie, as we'll talk about when I do my video essay, and I'm really excited to do my video essay, the first movie doesn't really have a strong thematic statement. This movie does. This movie is the first one where you really get the conflict between nature and technology. And I think the conclusion this film comes to on the difference between nature and technology is really interesting. City on the Edge of Battle honestly felt like filler, while Planet Eater actually feels like a drastic sequel. I don't know what you mean by drastic sequel, but yeah, Planet Eater I think is the better of the two. Watch, one day I'm gonna donate a large amount and we're gonna get that cosplay. Yeah, I'm real sure. I'm real sure we'll make it to $1,000. I should put a time limit on you guys. I should put till like January 2021, because how am I supposed to grow my hair out if you guys don't give me a lot of time? How do those things work, those helmets? They must like read your brainwaves, because some people don't even need to touch them to have them retract. I like the kind of idea that they're worried that they've been put into this prison. You know, you got the bones in the walls. And I enjoy Martin. Martin's one of the most underrated characters in this trilogy. Adam's okay. He's alright, but I like Martin. The song that's about to play here is awesome, though. This is such a weird twist to be like, they're not humans, they're insects. They could have evolved from insects, but why would they have evolved in such a way to wind up so humanoid? Why not just say that humans evolved into the Hautua? Why make the conclusion or the difference that it's insects? Why make that distinction that they came from insects? Such a weird thing. I might be able to chip away at that 1,000 by January. We'll see. You'd think they'd be more advanced. I wouldn't think they'd be more advanced. I mean, I guess kind of a little bit, but they still are advanced, right? They still have a pretty intricate system going on, and they utilize nanometal and all this other stuff. It's not like they're not advanced. They just are a little more primitive than humans. But I think they need to be so, because if they weren't, they would birth another monster. They'd cross that line. Planet of the Monsters is the less ambitious of the three, but I like it. As for City on the Edge of Battle, I like Haruo's where'd that go? Introspection and transhumanism pushed by the Bilisaludo. Evolution in this trilogy makes no sense. I agree. They evolved so close to humans that they are sexually capable. Yeah, what the hell? Makes little sense. I didn't even think about that. They evolved from insects and yet they can reproduce with a human? What? The dub and sub disagree on that statement. On which statement? Godzilla no something something kun something something wa or ha. That's all I can read of his name. I can't read much of those letters, but I see him smiling. I like that they can talk when they touch this wall. It doesn't make any sense, but it's cool. It's like Mothra's talking through them, I guess. Mothra's giving them the ability to talk. Yeah, wait a minute. They full on... Oh, I guess no. Hold on. I'm sorry. I remembered the next movie wrong. The plot twist isn't that they can communicate telepathically. That's not at all what the plot twist is, because this is right here where we're seeing full on that they can telepathically communicate. It's definitely that Mephies and the Exif can telepathically communicate. That's what the plot twist is. I was remembering that backwards. My bad. Hello, hello. Do you think Haruo hooked up with the twins or something? Because it seemed pretty much insinuated that. Not so far, but later he will, yeah. That's not like a hidden thing. They didn't hide that. Baby chicks. God, the way they talk. The baby chicks and the passing crow, all their weird statements need to be decoded. I like this too, that even these guys are scared of Godzilla. So they get the idea of fighting and challenging a god, but they don't get the idea of hate? What time are we at? We're at 17, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and so on. The dub implies the Hautua are human with insect features. The sub implies they are insects evolved into humans. I prefer the dubbed explanation. I don't know which one's the canon explanation. I prefer to think that they are humans with insect features. That makes more sense. And that's also what would happen if humans kind of went through similar stuff. You know, it's possible for humans to evolve in such a way over 20,000 years, I suppose, to the point where, yeah, we do kind of have scalier skin, you know. It's not possible for an insect to evolve into a human. So I prefer the dub explanation there. To think Mothra is the only monster in the universe that has come close to truly defeating Godzilla, well, besides Ghidorah, but he's OP as hell. That seemed like you were going somewhere with that thought, but then you never finished it. It's like, to think that Mothra is the only monster in this universe who has come close to defeating Godzilla is pretty cool or something, you know. So this is where we get another a backup explanation, as if it wasn't good enough in the first movie, that the entire planet has evolved into Godzilla, so he truly is Godzilla Earth, or really the Earth is Earth Godzilla. It's cool. I like it. I like the idea that Earth has chosen Godzilla over humanity, because he, although being such a devastating creature, is somehow less devastating than we are. Rodan should have been in one of the movies. Rodan's dead body was in the last movie, if that counts for anything. The trilogy's greatest mystery. Does Haruo have a connection with Haruo? I suppose. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I'm still curious on the whole plant humanoid... did I read that correct? Oh, no. I'm still curious on the whole plant evolution with this Godzilla given his origins. what are you curious about? I like the song here a lot. Haruo's Anguish. It's a good one. Like the soft piano cover of Haruo's Memory from the last movie. What if Earth is just another subspecies and the real Godzilla is Earth itself? He's grown so much he's replaced most of the Earth's inner core. Well, that sure would be interesting, but he's not big enough. He'd have to be rooted into the ground to do that. He'd have to be kind of like Mechagodzilla in the movie. Do you think the Godzilla anime novel Monster Apocalypse and Project Mechagodzilla... Do you like the Godzilla anime novels Monster Apocalypse and Project Mechagodzilla, and do you recommend them? Yeah, I mean, if you can read them. I can't read them, but I know the stories of them are pretty cool. I mean, I just recommend reading the translations online because unless you can read Japanese, they're not going to be very good. For those asking for a timestamp, we're at 21, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, so on. Is this where they name them? Is Godzilla an animal or a plant? I think he's both. I think he's kind of a hybrid of both. Kind of like the flora fauna in the Monsterverse. So the main focus in Godzilla in the first movie, in the second movie the focus is city, in the third movie focus on spaghetti noodles. They don't entirely look like spaghetti noodles. They're more like ramen, if you ask me. I mean, I guess it depends on the spaghetti noodles, huh? I think they look more like ramen noodles off the top of my head than spaghetti noodles, but yeah. Godzilla is everything. That's true. He's metallic, he's plant-based, and he's animal-based. And he's nuclear. Animal or plant? Answer, plantable. Very good, Brayton. That's a good, I like that one. Onamae wa Derek. Godzilla is the animals. He is the plants. He is also the terrain. Yuko, don't go in there. I remember seeing this in the trailer and being like, oh, okay. I've seen enough Japanese anime to know that when tentacle monsters attack a girl, it usually doesn't end the way this movie has it end. Even especially when it splits her legs like that. This is usually the setup to something a lot worse. These weird serpent babies are cool. I wish we could have seen more of them. Also, I just realized it's not even the serpents that attack her. It's just straight up the plants. Why don't the plants attack people in other places than just here? I like the nanometal arrows. It's really cool. We expanded from the idea of if a plant had undergone super evolution due to cellular structure, perhaps containing metallic elements, and its whole body became a power generator as a result. Is this a quote from the director, I assume? I heard that at the top of... Oh, here's the Servum attack. The Servum seem to go down faster than the babies do. Who is this? Mephies? If I recall, it is. We don't see Mephies doing combat like this a lot, do we? Yeah, it is Mephies. I love Mephies so much. I heard that at the top of evolution, the Earth are actually plants. At the top of evolution of the Earth are actually plants. And this plant of the monsters, I thought Godzilla would be like a huge tree at the center of its unique environment. Director Shizuno. So that's a quote from the director. Would you rather be a Godzilla or a ant? I'd rather be a Godzilla. What kind of question is that? Why do they call them servums? Because the name servum translates to slave, roughly, in Japanese. And so they're kind of like the slave of Godzilla. So that's why they're called the servum. I love Mephi's theme song as well. I love the EXIF music. It's so soothing, and yet it gets so twisted in the next movie. Here's some good continuity with them needing to send up the balloon for communication. Don't entirely know how the science behind that one works, but sure. Oh my god. You could say they serve them. I hope Godzilla gets a new game. Me too. That was my joke. Damn, Tide Pod, you got ripped off. From insects evolved into perfectly humanoid form to a plant evolved into a perfectly dinosaur form. We're about to get one of the cooler pieces of music in the movie right here as well. Nanometal Hope is a good song. Because it's kind of got the same military march feel as the main theme for the last movie, and the one that shows up awesome at the end of this movie during Repel. But it's about to kick in. Sad to say we didn't hear that song in Planet Eater. Don't know what's up with that. Honestly, I find Anime Ghidorah to be kind of scary. I think he is the scariest Ghidorah. I think he's also kind of the most effective Ghidorah. Effective in terms of he's truly the only Ghidorah that I can think of outside of maybe the Monsterverse Ghidorah, where I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's a real worldwide threat. Monsterverse Ghidorah is, but it's less so because Ghidorah is, and more so because he can wake up the other monsters and they can do his bidding. Because Ghidorah on his own in that movie, he causes a lot of damage, but he only wipes out 2 cities. Whereas the reason it's such an apocalypse in King of the Monsters is because he woke up all the other monsters. But this Ghidorah could single-handedly wipe out the entire planet if he got his sacrifice and became real in our dimension. I don't entirely get why we had to flash back right here. Like, we all remember watching her fire that arrow. We don't need the reminder. See, this is cool. The fact that they have this chunk of nanometal that they can study and use for weapons, but that they don't let it run their lives, that's kind of what the movie is arguing for. You know, it's not saying technological advancement is bad. It's saying do it in moderation. Look at the Hautua. They have the nanometal. They use the nanometal. They don't have repercussions for using it like everyone else does, like the Bilisaludo will, because they don't obsess over it. It's just a part of their life. It's not the defining feature of their life. I've seen a lot of people try and throw criticism at this in particular, being like, oh, how come the Hautua get a pass for using the nanometal when the Bilisaludo and the humans don't? Well, it's because look at the way they use it. Look at the way the nanometal is like a religious piece. for the Billa Saludo. It's like their entire center of existence. Whereas for the Hautua, it's just there. The movie isn't saying technology bad, like a lot of people will try and dwindle the argument down to. That's not the point of the movie at all. The movie's arguing for too much reliance on technology being bad. Here's the song. Pretty good. Remember the leaked concept art from back in for the anime back in 2017, the one with the blue millennium looking Godzilla? Good times. I wonder what the anime would have been like if that's what if that's what we got. That is a cool one. Yeah, I still to this day don't entirely know if that's supposed to be officially leaked or not. I still to this day don't know if that was fan art like they claimed it was. But it's pretty cool. I liked it. I like the design. I like that design kind of a little bit more than I like the final design. But I have a feeling that was leaked. I have a feeling that was real because there's so much similarity between the two. Notice that Hautua never enters Mechagodzilla. Oh, the Hautua. Notice the Hautua never enter Mechagodzilla City. The twins and Metfuse call it a sinister thing. Yuko says it feels like entering a monster. Yep. Did you see Miyana's face right there? That was funny. They're all, everyone's looking serious and she's just in the background smiling. This is a cool environment. We should have spent more time here. The golden walls. It's pretty cool. Should have seen more stuff like this in the movie. Just glowing golden moss. That's cool. I really wish I hadn't missed the first 20 minutes. I'm kind of lost. Is this your first time seeing the movie? Okay, what is Martin talking about right here? What the hell was he saying right there? The Servum carry a monster gene? What significance does that have on anything? These three cowards. This live stream is good, but a waste of time. Okay. You never got around to watch it. Yeah, yes, I never got around to watch it. I like it. I think it's a good one. I don't think it's one of the best ones, but I think it's good. I feel like this movie is a little redundant, though. This is the third time that it's been explained that the Earth is serving Godzilla. It's the third time that it's explained that things have evolved to be like Godzilla. Although this little bit is good, having the explanation that pollution, nuclear testing is what created the monsters because they were born to offset the effects of humanity. That's a good addition. But the explanation that the Earth has chosen Godzilla, we already know that. This is the third time he's explained this to us. Yeah, the subs is a bit unclear. I wonder if it's a correct translation. This movie does reiterate on its on themes a lot. Yeah, big time. Did you know that Godzilla Earth evolved to... Oh, did you know that Earth evolved... Hey, D-Man, did you know that Earth evolved to serve Godzilla? I had no idea. Haruo kind of ignores the humans might be responsible a bit. Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the point, right? He's so blinded by... What would even the term be? because it wouldn't be like patriotism, because he's not serving a country, he's serving humanity as a whole, that he can't see that his ways might be the problem. I do like that as well, that the nanometal has this like built-in anti-Godzilla defense where it can just create spears out of the floor to strike and eat the servum. Just devour them. In reality, humanity has kind of ruined Earth. Just a bit. Just a wee bit, haven't we? I just realized that I didn't close my window again, and so I might get blinded by the sun here at the end. The first one did a pretty good job showing how different Earth has changed, with shots and scenes like the knife breaking when it tries to cut the plant. But instead of on the edge of battle, a lot of it is led to assumptions. I think this movie over-explains, if anything. I don't think this movie has any assumptions. I mean, I guess, yeah, on Martin's part, he's assuming things and he's telling us, and so they're becoming canon, like the Earth has chosen Godzilla. That's something that we, the audience, have pieced together watching the first movie. But I think this movie just over-explains things like that. Like, we already get that. And then he's going to explain it to us 4 times in this film, and once at the start of the next movie. I suppose maybe if you watch this as a series split up, it won't be as noticeable, but yeah, I guess you were right. They do legitimately refer to it as a sinister thing. I don't remember them using that terminology. I only remembered Mephi's referring to it as that. But they flat out say it right there. And then Mephi's definitely will say it's a sinister thing. What would Mechagodzilla City have done if it were allowed to take over the world? Like, once it absorbed everything, what does it do next? Does it become a planet eater? That's a good question. I picture it like the Borg, yeah. You know, it's this artificial life form based on assimilation. It wants to assimilate all life, and then you become part of its hive mind consciousness. And once that happens, yeah, I wonder what would happen. Maybe it mobilizes Earth. Maybe it just creates like giant rocket boosters on one side of Earth and starts propelling it through the universe, consuming everything. It's actually kind of badass to think about. It's like the Death Star, but a planet-wide scale. It's like a Starkiller base, but a mobile Starkiller base that's going to come eat your planet instead of blow it up. Or maybe Unicron. I don't know much about Transformers, so I can't tell you what Unicron does. I don't get why people hate Mechagodzilla City so much. If they had just called it Nanometal City and they had never promoted Mechagodzilla in this movie, no one would have had a problem with it. It's fine. Mechagodzilla City, I did a video on this back in 2018, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2018. I did a video on how Mechagodzilla City is the perfect antagonist for Godzilla Earth. Unicron eats planets, flies around consuming worlds. Yeah, basically that's what Mechagodzilla City, I'd imagine, would do. There's a Junji Ito story called Hellstar Remina, which is basically a giant planet that eats planets by using its tongue. Wow, interesting. What's up, Spencer? I never saw the promotion for this film, so I never knew it was supposed to be Mechagodzilla. Yeah, well, because, I mean, look, the promotion for the movie didn't really hype up Mechagodzilla as much as the merchandise did, because he's in the poster. You can see his big old head right on in the poster, in both posters. One of the posters shows the destroyed Mechagodzilla, which we're seeing right here. Another one of the posters shows Mechagodzilla's big old head up top. And, hold on. They couldn't get away in time. Couldn't get away from what? What could they not get away from? How the hell? I just realized that. When the hell did those guys have time to get consumed by the nanometal? When did that happen? Who were those people? Were they on Earth originally? What the? When did that occur? Also, if you think about it, they're technically in Mount Fuji right now. Right? Because I'm pretty sure Mechagodzilla's base was established under Mount Fuji. So that's, if you're wondering where this movie takes place geographically, that's where it takes place. What the hell was I saying earlier? Oh yeah, the poster had Mechagodzilla's big old head on it, and then the toy line is really what, the merchandising really hyped up Mechagodzilla. But the movie's trailers never did. I believe those are the original crew. Yeah, they died, but wouldn't their bodies have decayed by the time Mechagodzilla City grew into them? I just got a heart attack by that song. That song's been my alarm for the past 2 years. Ever since this movie came out, this Bilisolido technology has been my alarm to wake up in the morning. So hearing it kind of jolted my heart a second. Sitting on the Edge of Battle posters sort of remind me of the first MacGyver movie, where it looks like Mark Hamill was the superhero / main character, but he's just a side character. The first Guyver? You didn't even say MacGyver. I just read that wrong. I don't even know what you're talking about. If you've seen some of the posters for Force Awakens that they're currently using on DVDs and Blu-rays, it's Luke Skywalker front and center, and it's very misleading, the same way that this poster was. Mechagodzilla City brings the classic Godzilla attack city to its natural conclusion by having the city fight back. That's very true. And I kind of like that. I wish they showed the main five a bit more like Mothra and Rodan. We've seen Mothra and Rodan 20,000 times. If you want to go see them, go watch Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. Never put a song you like as an alarm. You'll end up hating it. I don't ever end up hating it. It may jolt my heart a little bit like that one did, but it never gets to the point where I can't listen to the song on its own. Did you hear that G-Fest has unfortunately been canceled? I did hear that. There's the song again. Kicks back in. I'm totally eating ice right now. Have you ever compared to the two recent Japanese Godzilla carnations to the two cinematic versions of The Thing? What the hell? Have you ever compared the two recent Japanese carnations of Godzilla? Or two carnations of Godzilla? What the Two recent Japanese Godzilla carnations to the two cinematic versions of The Thing. What? Guyver is a Japanese superhero, which is where the suit lives inside the host and comes out, what the hell, when there's other monster. Had an American adaptation starring Mark Hamill, and a sequel starring David Hayter. Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Was it an animated thing? Eating ice is bad for your food crushers. For my teeth. Timestamp, we are at 45, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, Guyver started out as a manga and then an anime. I like Mechagodzilla City. I think it looks cool. There, I said it. I think when it's all lit up at night, it looks really cool. I think it creates the vultures, which, well, I don't think it creates the vultures. It does create the vultures. I think the vulture is really cool. I don't, as I said last week, like the weird chicken robot designs that they've been using, but I like the vulture design a lot. I love the purple wings. I think they look great. Howard Hawks and John Carpenter is what I'm referring to. I know what Thing movies you're referring to. I don't know what you mean, have I compared Godzilla to them? Just because Shin Godzilla can shapeshift? Some of those guys all look the same. Maybe that's a little racist of me to say, but they looked the same. Some of these dudes just, all the Billisoluto look like the same person, but the two main Billisoluto, who both look very close to one another, but look different than all the other Billisoluto who look identical. Yeah, the Vulture's badass. The Vulture looks pretty cool, especially since chicken legs work better for a flying robot. And I like that they've learned from the last movie, you know? So they know how to defeat Godzilla and they have a viable strategy to do so. Like, this works. Their plan works. They lure Godzilla into a trap, they freeze him in place, just like they do in the last movie, except that this time is the more advanced version of that. The last time they used nature against nature, now they're using technology against nature. And, it works. And he just, Haruo can't commit at the end, and so Godzilla gets out of it. I know Polygon did another animated movie after the animated trilogy, and the main character looks exactly like Haruo. I did see that. I saw that it's just straight up the character design, which is a little embarrassing on their part. No, I've never compared the two recent incarnations of Godzilla to the cinematic versions of the Thing. I don't know what exactly I'd be comparing. Hey, D-Man, how are you? I'm alright. That's really, I like that shot. I like the shot of the city all lit up at night. Does Mephies never go in the city, by the way? I don't... Oh, there he is. Ignore that question. He's right there, standing right on in it. I like that Mephies has them rebuild whatever the hell he has them rebuild. I mean, I know he has them build that little altar up in the hills, but he has them fix his little device so that he can summon Ghidorah. What exactly is Galutrim? He says it's a ritual component. I'm gonna It's a ritual component. Galutrium is like their weird thing for God, right? It helps them contact Ghidorah, but what the hell is it? And I know that the Billisoluto have the Gamatron, which is their version of God. I mean, the nanometal is as well. The Gamatron is like their computer system, their main hub for calculations, and they talk about it like it's an otherworldly figure, whereas Galutrium is a straight up otherworldly thing. What the fuck? The Billisoluto don't want anyone to use or learn about nanometal. Yeah, because they want to use it to destroy everyone else. Isn't it a supercomputer? No, the Gamatron is the supercomputer. Maybe it's just a cool rock. Why did they name them such similar things anyways? A cool rock that makes sounds, that makes beady 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 sounds. But the little chip he held up there isn't the green glowing crystal that he'll have in the next movie. And I think he has it later on in this movie as well. I love the vultures, dude. They're like the coolest part of this trilogy. I watched Scry's fan animation where he has Rodan chasing a vulture. No offense, a vulture would outrun Rodan any day. Do you hate Godzilla? I can't stand Godzilla. That's a franchise that I hate it so much. I would never buy anything Godzilla. I would never have a Godzilla. Just nothing. Nothing Godzilla can be anywhere near me. I just hate it. The chip he puts into his eye and the green stone he uses to communicate. I know he puts the chip in his eye. I don't get it, though. I think, okay, he says it's a ritual component. It somehow, some way helps him summon Ghidorah. I'd imagine the green thing helps him contact Ghidorah as well. And then he pops the chip in his eye so that he can control Ghidorah? Or influence Ghidorah at the very... Not necessarily, I don't think he controls him, but he influences him with that chip in his eye. To the point where when the chip is broken, Ghidorah loses his footing in our world, loses that influence, and disappears. So weird. So much weird stuff in this movie, man. In this trilogy. And why is Gamatron and Galutrium named so similar? So easy to mess those up. The vultures are really cool. Wonderful use of the medium. For sure. The vultures are awesome. This movie does have a lot of flashbacks. Martin describes it as being Ghidorah's eyes. Yeah, but I don't exactly... I guess I don't... What I truly don't understand is how they summon Ghidorah to our universe. They just do like a religious prayer. I get the idea that like he needs a blood sacrifice of a true hero in order to fully materialize in our world. And I really like that idea a lot. I just think it's like, how exactly do they contact him to get him here? We'll have to wait till next week, because again, it's been a little bit since I watched that movie. Maybe it explains it. Maybe it's something created by Ghidorah to communicate with the reality, with the real plane of reality. Yeah, it could be. I don't know if it'd be created by Ghidorah, but I think it'd be created by the... Because the XF do talk about that they created a device that let them communicate with this other dimension. Maybe that's just the device. Maybe that's the device that lets them communicate with that other dimension. Because where did it originally come from? Yeah, I'd imagine it's just whatever device that the XF created that helped them contact Ghidorah. If you like the relationship between Haru and Yuko, I highly recommend an anime called Elfen Lied. Well, I feel like you know probably that I don't like the relationship between those two characters. It's in fact my least favorite part of this trilogy. I would never watch that anime if it's just a full anime about this relationship. The nanometal makes people sick. It's a cool idea. It's because these 5G cell towers, dude, start in Corona. This is the Godzilla anime equivalent. It is interesting that they need to get out of the city to heal from the nanometal, and yet they go into a cave filled with nanometal. It's just not as much. So I guess it's just the sheer amount in the city And again, I like here that you can already see Mephies has swayed so many people into the Exif religion that it's not a hard task for him in the next movie to take over all of them. Kind of like how kind of like how the Jews built the Ark of the Covenant in the Temple of God in the Bible. Does the relationship between Haruo and Yuko remind you of Anakin and Padme? No, because that was a little more mutual. The 5G cell tower people had a better defense for Corona than anything else. They were ahead of their time. Yeah. They knew what was coming. They knew the nanometal was just around the horizon. It updated midstream. What updated? YouTube's format just changed for me. Oh. The format changed? Oh, of course. Of course they would introduce new website changing things. Why not? Why? I hate YouTube's constant meddling. Sorry for that weird question. It's just made that assumption for myself. I don't know what weird question you're referring to. Oh, the thing question? Is that what you're talking about? I didn't understand the question, that's all. If you got the new mobile YouTube update, it sucks big time. What is it? Is it the one where they changed where the comments appear? Because I have that. Why did they change that? I love everything to do with the Exif. They're by far my favorite part of the trilogy. They have the best music in the trilogy. Everything to do with them is so cool. The fact that they were so advanced that they were able to communicate with this creature from another dimension and that they brought it into their universe and it destroyed their planet, and they thought it was so grand that they decided to try and go planet to planet, wiping things out using it. It's like Thanos. It's like the children of Thanos bringing the word of Thanos around. I hate how they moved the comments. It is quite annoying. I remember they also have it default so that all the videos just autoplay, you know? All the videos just preview and then it counts them in your history. So annoying. I had to turn that off. I love this. I love that he leans in and whispers. Gitorada. I also like how tall Mephies is. He just towers over Haruo in that shot. The Exif are an update on the Exilians. They sure are. What's up, self-elevation? Would you prefer a full-blown Godzilla animated show universe, or would you prefer for the MonsterVerse to continue? I would prefer for the MonsterVerse to continue. Thank you very much, Daikaiju Tony. I really appreciate the donation. Monster and monster battles have ruined the standards of G-fans. We need more I agree 100%. We need more heavy stories based, more heavily, sorry, I'm really messing up reading today. I'm super dyslexic today. I'm really messing up. I don't know why. We need more heavy stories. Heavily story-based movies so fans could focus on everything else in the movie than just the monsters. Yes, I 100,000,000% agree. We absolutely need that. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Music right here is really good, by the way. It's the best part of this scene. Best part of this exchange. Yeah, autoplay on default sucks. Why can't they just let it adjust exactly what we want? They will never. I like how the twins are both jealous of Yuko. His eyes are wide open. He's not into this kiss. He's not feeling it. She was really into it, though. That was non-consensual. Ego ga wakarini? Ego ga wakarani. Not nai. 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 It didn't say ni. It said nai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I do not know English, is what he says. How'd I say I do not know Japanese? Nippongo wakaranai? Did I say that right at all? I might have really butchered that. I gave it a shot, though. Look how happy that Bilisaludo was to turn into the nanometal. That guy had never been happier in his entire life. I like that Yuko makes at least one decision before she dies against Haruo's will later on when she wants to pilot the Vulture and Haruo doesn't want her to. I think that's what happens anyways. And Godzilla finally waking up within the last 38 minutes of the movie. Haruo was so epic he doesn't need a girl, he just needs Godzilla's head on a stake. Exactly. Here's a good filmmaking technique. You always put a time limit on your characters. Because without it, there's not... By the way, look how fast that built. The nanometal just created those turrets right there so quickly that it's almost hard to believe that they can't get this done in time. But a good filmmaking technique is to always put your characters in a time constraint. And this isn't something they teach you in film school because they don't teach you in the film school I go to. Everything I've learned about film, I've learned from YouTube videos. Putting your characters in a time constraint is always a good idea from a filmmaking perspective. I think it's almost a problem that it takes this long into the movie to put our characters on the time constraint because now they have 12 hours to get stuff done before Godzilla gets here. And that kind of kicks things into full gear. But if we had that a little sooner in the movie, I think it would have kicked the intensity up a little bit. Just knowing that Godzilla is this impending threat that he's already on the way. Yuko trusts or is willing to tolerate the Bilisaludo. The others do not. Well, it's because they lose trust right here in this scene. Because once... And I guess, it's... You can't help it. Haruo doesn't know what's going on. It's kind of just thrown upon him right here where they're like, oh, this dude just turned into the nanometal. He has no idea what's going on. So I think his reaction is a natural reaction. He's spooked. I see I'm getting blinded by the sun now. Should I cover that up? I will. I'll try. I'll have to pop off I can't hear the movie for a second, but it's okay. I've got subtitles. There we go. Now we're gonna be all good. I don't exactly... I'm not really reading the dialogue as thoroughly as I should be anyways. It's a race against the clock with the sun there. It didn't do that last week. I like that as well. That he's proud that the humans created Godzilla. He's like, it's pretty badass, guys. You guys created a monster. But also, he's doing a really bad job at trying to sell the humans on this plan. Because he's like, look, you guys created a monster. I know it's totally destroying your planet. Let us do that instead. He's not really going about this whole persuasion thing the right way. I'm assuming you closed the blinds, but it sounded like you turned off a light. I turned off the sun. What do you mean? Do you watch any of Mr. H's Godzilla vids? Anyways, I gotta go bye. I watched some of them. Those bug people. I like that she doesn't always take his side. It's the only moment where her character does something outside of how to roll. One of my biggest complaints about her is that she was such an extension of him. She was just like a clone of him, always siding with him. And so finally here, she takes a different side, and it's the first time her character is ever a character on its own. On her own. Haruo doesn't know it'll take over the Earth. He learns that later. I know, but what I'm saying is the Billy Saluto did a really bad job at pitching it. They were like, you guys created a monster and you're scared of it. We created a monster and we like it. Referring to your creation as a monster isn't exactly the route I would have taken. What if Mothra wasn't a moth in this film, but a chicken? Then instead of Ghidorah, Godzilla fight a giant chicken in the next film. You know, I wouldn't put it past this trilogy. Mothra's design is probably the most traditional design, and we don't even see it on screen. It's just the silhouette. These shots are really cool. The sound design when Godzilla's on screen, really cool. That roar, not as cool because it's so heavily distorted, but still pretty cool. Godzilla's awesome in this movie. I know Godzilla's not in this movie a lot, but he's awesome whenever he's in the movie. The XFR are good examples of villains defining the majority of a story to great effect. Palpatine and Heath Ledger's Joker are good examples. They all feature dangers of human pride very well. I love the sound of Godzilla moving. His roar is basically ear rape, though. It's quite distorted. You know what else I realized? So I have the ability to rip things from Netflix, right? And that's how I can edit with footage from this trilogy. And when you rip things like Evangelion, they come out in like 720 HD. When you rip the anime trilogy, they're less than HD. They're not even in HD. It's strange. Why is the trilogy not uploaded on Netflix in HD? Alright, I'm about to record my next big video. Bye. You better give me a shout out. Alright, see you, Tony. Good luck with that. I love that too. I love the new atomic breath, the way it wraps up and shoots out. I think it looks awesome. And I love that shot where it hits the diffusion wall and just goes all over the place. That's super cool. It's either Toho or Netflix's fault. Well, yeah, those are the only two parties involved. Yeah, and then like Stranger Things. When I rip Stranger Things from Netflix, that comes out in full HD, 1080. So I know that it's not like I can't pick the quality that I rip it in either. It rips it in the highest quality it has available. And when it ripped the anime films, it pulled them out in less than HD. I think they're still 720, but they're not HD 720. There is a difference. It's strange that they would not be in HD. Super HD quality would have been best for his roar. What original opening might have been best sound one. Feel me? I suppose, yeah. So standard definition uploads. Yeah. Godzilla towers over the landscape. He does. It's really cool in those shots. I never really understand when people say we don't get a sense of scale with Godzilla, because we do, just not in the traditional sense. Sure, it would have been cool to see Godzilla walk through a traditional city, a normal city that we can recognize. We can see the true scale of Godzilla against buildings we know, because Mechagodzilla City is huge. Mechagodzilla City is really tall. So he seems a little small compared to Mechagodzilla City, but you get a sense of how big he is from the way he moves and from the way the environment looks around him. That's a cool moment. I like when they all take off. The vultures just look awesome. I love the pink/purple streaks in the sky. I think it's beautiful. And there's so much great vulture-related artwork. And the way they zip around with these jagged angles, it just looks awesome. I love it. What if Mechagodzilla turned into a Godzilla tower? That would be awesome. The vultures were cool. Word. The Vultures vs. Godzilla fight is top notch. Name better military scene in the series. Shin Godzilla? 100% Shin Godzilla. Look, as much as I love the Vultures, the cinematography in the Godzilla vs. military scenes in Shin Godzilla is so beautiful, and there's such creative techniques on the way that the camera is shown fighting Godzilla. You know, like all the shots swiveling around on the tanks and all that. I just think it's better. I do. There's the good old roar, the non-distorted Millennium roar. The How-To are just cockroaches from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. No, you got the movie wrong. It'd be Godzilla vs. Gigan, my friend. Hello, I watch it. Thank you very much, Mzilla. See, Mzilla54, now I recognize you. Now that you've got that profile picture, now I recognize you. I forgot that he uses the super oscillatory wave here. I did not remember him using that roar ever again. But I like the idea that Godzilla's kind of learned. He learned from the first movie, and he's like, well, it worked the first time. It does not work this time. Shin and City have my favorite military battles. Nice. Shoot, yeah, Gigan, too many aliens to keep track of. The sound design of the vultures is also, I said that really weird, also really awesome. And that shot is beautiful. I love the blue shot of Godzilla's face. I use that when I refer to this movie whenever I'm editing. That's one of the go-to shots I pull up, is that blue shot of Godzilla's face right there. It looks beautiful. Hang on, bro. What am I waiting for? And Godzilla looks huge right here. He's just like a towering figure. He's just like, he's literally a towering figure. That's something that I think is really interesting, is the way that Godzilla has this vertical growth, whereas Mechagodzilla has a horizontal growth. It's truly the most visual contrast you could get. I'm trying to Trying to really take in this military fight, because Blue Nova loves it. And I never remembered this being the cool action sequence. I remembered it being much cooler when Godzilla falls into the trap. So I'm trying to really appreciate this battle sequence. So I'm sorry if I'm not commenting as much. But I think this sequence is really intense. And I like the cinematography here as well. The visuals inside the cockpit with our characters. I think that all looks great. I think the environments look really good in this movie. The interior of Mechagodzilla City, their little command post, looks awesome. And right here, you know, it's a great progression from what we saw in the last movie with the trap that they used to catch Phileas. I like this version of the trap as well. It's a trap, exactly. I truly think this movie, this trilogy, credit for the animation. Just because you don't like the art style doesn't mean that it's not decent? I don't know. I mean, the environments all look great. Everything looks really fleshed out. And as I mentioned in the last video, it's just some of the textures are weird. But that just has to do with the art style. I can get you not liking the art style, but the animation itself is really fluid. That was weird. The way that they both definitely just said different words, and the subtitles had them both saying "Haro." She definitely said "senpai." What would you do? What if Ghidorah was ramen noodles with radiation? He basically is. He basically is ramen noodles with radiation. Yokai. Here's the song. That military march is one of my top favorite military marches in the Godzilla series. I like it more than I like almost every other military march in this franchise. I think the animation and most of the art direction is fine. Roman noodles? Is that the first time I've read the word ramen? I'm trying to think. Is that... Holy cow. Was? Kinky Dora, thank you so much, my friend. I love you, Kinky Dora. I love you. I love you so much. You just sit on a stockpile of money, I swear. You seem to have an endless stockpile to pull from. You must be rich. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. The Kinkyverse sends its regards. You are invited to Master Rob's stream if you have time later. Maybe I'll have to tune in just for you. Kinky, donate 1,000 towards D-Man doing a cosplay at G-Fest 2021. Yeah, Kinky. People are trying to donate $1,000 so that I have to dye my hair white and make a full Mephies cosplay for G-Fest 2021. And so far they've raised $4 for that out of 1,000. Wait until you find out how much I donated to Rob today. Jesus, dude. Jesus. I suppose we could count that donation towards the Mephies thing if Kinky wants that. He has to be the one to say it though. We're not just going to do it out of the kindness of our hearts. This is the action sequence that I really like in this movie. I really like them attacking Godzilla while he's in that trap. I think it looks awesome. I think this whole sequence is really great. And they are laying into Godzilla here. I mean, like, for how invincible Godzilla Earth is, they're doing a lot of damage here, which really shows how formidable Mechagodzilla City truly is. I thought they said they only had one harpoon. Maybe I didn't read close enough. They fired 2 into him. Maybe they were supposed to have 3? I can't remember. That's such an anime shot right there. That lightning bolt firing out of Godzilla. See, I think Kinky bounced. I don't think Kinky stuck around long enough in order to put that money towards the Met fees. And I love Mephi's here. The way he's just so unfazed by it all. He knows what's up. I mean, it's super. It makes Mephi's just such an intimidating character. The way that he knows what's gonna happen, you know. And I think this sequence is really intense. I love this sequence. Where Godzilla just slowly starts to overheat. The music here is really ominous and very creepy. The nanometal music in this movie, for the most part, the Mechagodzilla City music as well, really creepy. When you're winning but the enemy clutches the map. He's seen similar things play out many times before. And it's awesome. It makes Mephi's just such a creepy character. Super unsettling the way he's so unfazed by it all. You guys realize G-Fest 2020 was canceled. Is 100% confirmed. So if you want to see D-Man play dress up with a Mephi's outfit, we'll have to wait till 2021. That's the goal. That's what everyone's wanting is 2021. I also like how I never really agreed to this. This was just something that you guys kind of decided on your own last week. It was just something that you guys decided would happen, and so I kind of am just going along with it. But I never said I never. It was not my idea to do this. This was all you. I love Scarlet Godzilla Earth. I love it. You don't like him when he becomes burning? I do like it. You did agree, though. You set the $1,000 goal. I know. Maybe I should have set it higher. I'm just saying it wasn't my idea. This was all you guys just deciding that it would happen. So all of them turn into nanometal right here, sending the humans fleeing. I'm trying to remember... Why is Galagoo still able to talk after? Because doesn't he seal over right here? Why is he still able to move and speak when everyone else isn't? Maybe because the nanometal is just speaking through him? It's kind of... I don't know. All the imagery here of Godzilla transforming into Scarlet Godzilla Earth is really awesome. All the shots of Godzilla's head surrounded by the fire is really cool. The music here is really awesome as well. His mind is too strong, maybe? Or maybe it's an oversight. I don't know. I don't think it's an oversight. I feel like it'd be that, yeah, maybe it's just he's so strong-willed that he can still communicate. Whereas everyone else was so willing to become part of the hive mind, he still has a job to do before he can do that. Their bolts are melting in the air because Godzilla is so hot. That's awesome. Imagine if Godzilla stayed in his scarlet form for Planet Eater. It would not have made a difference. As we saw in Planet Eater, it wouldn't have made a difference. Ghidorah could just suck that heat right on out of his body. God, the sound design for that was awesome. That... I can't even... I love the vultures so much. I don't hate the anime trilogy as much as everyone else. It's certainly flawed for sure, but I've found some enjoyment. I've found a lot of enjoyment in the anime trilogy. This movie really picks up in the second half. The first half, I admit, is a bit of a drag, but the second half of this movie is really awesome. Man, if only we got Golden Godzilla fully realized in Planet Eater. I know, I want to know what that was. I want to know what the original intent of Golden Godzilla Earth was. I like to think that it was Godzilla absorbing the energy of Ghidorah and then being able to fight him, but I don't know. I don't know what the original intent was. To be fair, to Haruo's credit here, or I guess maybe not, I don't know. To be fair, this plan was destined to fail from the moment Haruo got inside the vulture. It was destined to fail. Because even if he committed, even if Yuko committed, and Belube, I think he's the other one in there, if he committed, all three of them are down to fuse with the nanometal. Haruo is incapable of it. He can't do it because he's got that how to a powder all over him. So it was destined to fail from the minute he got in there because he is unable, physically unable to get the job done. And also right here, isn't it already destined to fail? Yuko's passed out. She's given up. Don't they need all three vultures in order to dive bomb Godzilla? Don't they need all three vultures to kill him? I think they do. Blue Nova could tell us. Do they need all three vultures? I think they do. But she's passed out right here. She's not helping. See, it's not even up to him. His body rejects it because he has those antibodies. Yuko, that weakling. I love that Memphis seizes this opportunity for his own personal gain. He's so excited to get Ghidorah into this dimension. He can't wait. Scarlet Godzilla would be around 300 million degrees Celsius. Holy cow. After King Kong put a tree in Godzilla's mouth, Godzilla turned into a giant plant. I like how overwhelmed he gets here too. He has all this conflicting information, and finally he has to kind of ignore it all and rely on his own human instinct to fully rise above it, in a way. I'm assuming they could still use Yuko. The nanometal encroachment didn't stop until Haruo destroyed the center of Mechagodzilla City. So I suppose but how long would they have had to wait? Because Godzilla just woke up right here, and she still is rejecting it. She's trying her hardest to slow the encroachment. So how long would they have had to wait? Because Godzilla woke up right here, so they don't really have a choice. I think this plan was destined to fail. I think even if Haruo wanted to commit, I think this plan was destined to fail. And I like this, the idea that Haruo is trying to embody humanity. That he's not standing in as nature or technology or religion. He is humanity itself. That he's unwilling to sacrifice humanity, his humanity, in order to defeat Godzilla. That his pride, his human pride, is more important to him than victory. I think that's admirable. Standing by your morals, kind of the Hank Schrader, you know, for Breaking Bad people. The idea that you're unchanging in your ways, and that's what makes you a hero, rather than you saved the day. You know, maybe the hero doesn't always have to save the day as long as they stand by their morals. That's what truly matters. Music here is awesome. Really great song. The final couple songs on this soundtrack are fantastic. Yeah, there's an argument there, but it would have been better than not trying, and Haruo still made the choice without knowing. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think that I personally think that it was destined to fail. That there was no way he could have commit. Even if Yuko and Belube had committed, there was no way. I love this stuff with Godzilla Earth. The lightning bolt, the eye, the pupil dilating like that. When he finally wakes up, he's such a badass, dude. If we're talking about Hank, minerals make you a hero. Very true. God, I love Godzilla Earth. What are you guys talking about, 700? Kinky never designated that money to the cosplay. You guys only have $4 down for the cosplay. The purple looks awesome as well. I'm a big fan of purple. Ever since Shin Godzilla came out, I've been a big fan of purple. And I think this is, I love the music here. And Godzilla's just such a badass dude. I like that he can just wipe the whole thing out with one pass over. Kinky said it counted. When did Kinky say it counted? When did Kinky say it counted? He needs to come into my chat and confirm it himself. It doesn't count until I hear it from his mouth. And then it'll count. I really don't want to do it though, guys. I don't want to have white hair. I really, really don't. God, the song here is so good. It's so good. The ending of this movie is awesome. I think he's a little more upset than he should be. But I love the ending of this movie so much. I think it's too good. After Mephies, you can do the main character from Ready Player One, since your hair will already be white. Well, Mephies has like very blonde hair. His hair isn't white per se. He has very blonde hair, whereas Parzival has straight up silver hair. There's no one saying that I can't dye my hair a different color afterward. I suppose I always could do that. I could go from... Ah! There goes my chair. I could go from blonde, super blonde, which is what Mephies has, to silver and blue. Ugh. I'll look like an e-boy. I'll look like an anime e-boy. The hair will be dyed before you know, and you will be fabulous whether you like it or not. It is only a matter of time. Is that you? Are you that confident that that guys are gonna reach that goal? I'm setting your time limit, by the way. You have to do this. You have to donate this before 2021 by December 31st, because otherwise I'm not gonna have enough time to grow out my hair. So it's on you guys at this point. The last hope to kill Godzilla has just gone up in flames, and Yugo, his girlfriend, or his friend, I totally misread, dies anyways. I can understand why he's so upset. True, I can understand why he's upset from that perspective. Yeah, you're right. I guess I didn't think about that. That's 100% correct. In my head, I was just thinking, you know, a girl died. Why is he that upset about Yuko, who he apparently doesn't really have romantic feelings for anyways? But you're right. Yes, it's just the devastating fact of he just had to live through everything he just lived through. You're right. It was the culmination of everything. December 31st sounds good. Jesus Christ. Is that accurate? When did Kinky say it counted? You haven't realized yet. I am Kinky Dora. I don't know if I believe that, man. I'm kind of in shock right now. Is Mr. L? Mr. L, who I've been interacting with for all this time, is Kinky Dora. Is that real? Holy cow. Alright, let me write this down. $300, $500, $804. It's all coming together. It's all coming together perfectly. This song is pretty solid, by the way. Just gotta give a shout out to XAI. It's $804. Whoa, this post-credit scene happened so much faster than I remembered. We got here so quick. So sad. The audio there is so weird when it record scratches like that. But this is such a creepy... Oh, I love the exifs so much. They're by far the most intimidating thing in the Godzilla franchise, in my opinion. And this little sequence is so unsettling. You know, it's all falling into place for Mephies. Everything's slowly falling into place for him. And the intro to the next movie is also really awesome. I love Mephies' narration at the beginning of the next movie. Oh, man. It's all coming together for Mephies the way it's all coming together for you guys. I'll have to catch up on the chat in a minute, guys. I'm not going to read the chat until the post-credits is over. Because I love it too much. I sure do wish my version of this soundtrack came with this song. The soundtrack that I own doesn't have this little ending song, sadly. It's missing the final track. And I love revisiting this moment and seeing it kind of from Mephi's perspective. Because it's one of the greatest moments in the movie. And, I mean, we all knew it. I don't think there was a single person who didn't know that Mephies was talking about Ghidorah. We knew that when Monster Planet came out, that Mephies was talking about Ghidorah. Also, by the way, I gotta give a shout out to the XF symbol. It's super intricate. I have tried to draw it many times, and I have failed many times at drawing it because it's super intricate, and I mess it up every time. But it's really cool. And this is just, I love this sequence. I love the way he just kind of presses up on Haruo and it intimidates him. And the music right there is so cool. I love the ending of this movie so much. The ending of this movie really truly makes the movie for me. Like, by a long shot, it really makes the movie for me. Let me turn the GIF off. Alright, god damn it. Let me, You're right, Blue Nova. Some people did think it was Space Godzilla. I do remember that when that was happening. Alright, let me catch up on the chat here. Actually, it's going to boot down to the bottom, so I might as well catch up on it here. You can love someone, you can love or care about someone and not want a romantic relationship with them. I know you can. I don't think Haruo loved Yuko, though. D-Man really be regretting his life decisions. I should have set that goal a lot higher, apparently. Looks like that cosplay is happening. Worst movie ever. I don't know what movie you watched, because it's certainly not the worst movie ever. We got $804. Let's go. Yeah, you guys did that in 2 weeks, too. Kinky Dora is real. I'm really kind of in shock that Mr. L is Kinky Dora. I really didn't know that. Hey, you watched City on the Edge of Battle. Now you're $800 richer. Yep, and then the tax man's going to come knocking, and I'll be $5,000 poorer. I find this movie worse than Godzilla's Revenge. Ouch. 196 more, yeah. And I have a feeling that we will reach that by December. It's really going to be bad, though. I cannot picture myself with blonde hair. I certainly cannot picture myself with silver hair. I should make a petition we can sign to get more Godzilla Earth. More Godzilla Earth. More Godzilla. I'll start chanting more Godzilla Earth. More Godzilla Earth. More Godzilla Earth. But my apology for the spam. No, you're good. I would not sign that petition if I'm honest. Not the kind of. I'm not into petitions like that. Yes, next week is Connect Lifetime. Yoko Higuchi! Ah! It's my man. Thank you so much for popping in the stream. I'm gonna make him a moderator. Hey, D-Man, just wanted to pop in and say hey. Made it just in time for the post-credit scene. And you got to see me have a little bit of excitement over that post-credit scene. I love the ending of this movie so much. I think it's so underrated. Matt Frank is not allowed to like the anime trilogy. I'm pretty sure Matt Frank does like the anime trilogy, though. Or at the very least, I don't think he has much of a problem with it. I wish they had Mechagodzilla, but they didn't, which is disgraceful. Wow, that's a strong opinion. Welcome to us for Kaiju. Sup, D-Man? ETN loves you, bro. I love ETN. Just watch out for Rob's X. I always do. I always do. Goddamn, I kind of didn't think we would make the goal, but I can definitely do 196. But yeah, Jesus. Some people thought the monster was Space Godzilla. I already read that, and you were right. Some people did think that. I'm behind on the chat, by the way, guys. I'm not. You guys are probably thinking that the stream is very delayed. It's not. I'm just very behind on the chat. I'm trying to catch up. I have to wait a month or so before I can donate, or I can drag it out. I have a feeling that more people might donate next stream. The entire last act is Kino. I don't know what Kino means. I don't know why the kids use that slang these days. ETN Raid, welcome. What the F Productions. Connect Life with Miana, the movie rated PG-13 in theaters. Never. Lol. What? What are you talking about? The cosplay shouldn't cost $1,000. Yes, Paul, but I don't want to. If I'm having to have dyed hair, I'm not going to do it for $20. Because you have to realize how long I have to live with that. And yes, I could re-dye it a different color or something, but I'm not going to get it back to normal until it fully grows out of my head. That's the thing that is like, I've wanted to dye my hair before. There was a point when I was a freshman in high school when I was going to dye my hair like sandy brown or something. So it was just going to be a lighter shade of brown. I was going to do it for a cosplay for like a Rick Grimes or something. The reason I didn't do that is because I don't want to commit to having that for that. Like, look, the beard's bad enough. I hate having facial hair, but I did it for you guys. But now I have to have dyed hair. My hair is like my source of power. Like Garth from Wayne's World. And I have to do that for however Lord knows how long. The kinky invasion is on the way, and Rob's ex is coming for you. Please, Nuts for Kaiju, don't let that happen. Protect me, please. Here we have a Wild D-Man fan girling over the Godzilla anime. Oh, a Wild D-Man fangirling over the Godzilla anime. Exactly. I got you. Sorry, Kinky Cat's out of the bag. That's amazing. I never knew that Kinky Dora was heckin' Mr. L. Because Mr. L's been in my live streams, like my late night one. When I was streaming for 5 hours, Mr. L was here with me. Welcome, by the way, Rob. It's nice to see you pop in. People told me to check out your stream. Whenever I catch up on chat, I'll do that. It's cool Mr. L is Kinky Dora. It is cool. It's going to be an epic cosplay. I'm going to need help with it if we do reach the donation goal. I'm definitely going to need help with that because I don't know how to put that together at all. So I'm definitely going to need help putting that together because that's out of my area of expertise. I've never done anything like that. Kinky Dora really giving the one who is many a whole new meaning. That's awesome. Good one, Tide Pod. You gotta save all the money and only use 1,000 for the entire cosplay. I gotta use $1,000 on the cosplay. That'll be an expensive cosplay. There's gonna be very expensive materials going into that one. I seem to remember Matt Frank liking these films. I kind of remember the same. I remember him liking them. I'll make you a Ghidorah charm. That'll be awesome. Yeah, we'll have to get this whole thing going. We'll have to get the green crystal. We'll have to get the little charm. With the hair. Maybe I'll get contact lenses that'll turn my eyes green like Mephi's. Not getting a contact lens that'll look like the symbol, but maybe I'll get green contact lenses. It's just gonna be like, I don't know how to put the robe together, if I'm honest. I've never done anything like this. I don't do cosplays. I'm just not really into them, so I will definitely need help with that. I'll buy you all the anime Ghidorahs at G-Fest to surround you with them. Good stuff. D-Man, raid Rob's stream. Maybe. I think I've kind of caught up. Yeah, let's go all out on it for sure. I mean, if we're donating $1,000 for the goddamn cosplay, we might as well. Honestly, I can see a version of Space Godzilla to fit within the anime universe, being fully crystal, a fully crystal body life form, in appearance similar to the concept art for Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Kind of like a crystal axe kind of monster. A bit of a deep cut there for kaiju fans, for Godzilla fans. Hey D-Man, not sure if you've covered this or talked about this before. What are your thoughts on GVK going right to digital? It will tank the movie. If you guys wanted to go right to digital, specifically to HBO Max is where it would go. That's, for those of you who don't know, if Godzilla vs. Kong were to go straight to digital, it would go to HBO Max. The movie would bomb, and we would never get another MonsterVerse film. So just for people wondering, that's what would happen. The movie wouldn't make its money back. Not enough people would sign up specifically for that. And so, the MonsterVerse died with Godzilla vs. Kong. It needs to be a theatrical release. The reason they're getting away with it for the Snyder Cut is because Snyder Cut is only... Oh, is there lag? Sorry about that. I can kind of see that there might be a little lag, and I don't entirely know why. But the Snyder Cut, for those people who don't know, they're only putting like $30 to $50 million into that on... sorry about the lag. They're only putting like $30 to $50 million into that on the streaming service. So... it's totally different than the full budget of the movie being $300 million for Justice League. Totally different, because that movie's already been made. It's already been out in theaters, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. I see that I'm definitely lagging again. My stream health says low. I apologize about that. It's going to be the best G-Fest ever. You can do your impression and spread the word of Ghidorah to the Hayat. I really don't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'll do it for you guys. I don't think that I would commit to that all 3 days. Maybe, you know, maybe I'll have to dress like Memphis all 3 days. But I feel like, you know, my Invasion of Astro Monster jacket is kind of iconic. And so if I don't wear that around at least a little bit, then people will never know it's me. Should have never set a goal for it. I really shouldn't have. All right, guys. Let's really quickly before we end. So I'll go pop over to Rob's stream, see what's going on there. It is inevitable. You at the very least have to wear it at the costume contest. Ugh, that's cringe. I don't want a costume contest. It depends on the events happening, though. I'm not gonna say like, yeah, we'll pop on over to the costume contest. No way am I gonna commit to that, because, like, this year, if I had said that for 2019, not this year, if I had said that for 2019, it wouldn't have worked, right? I was at a concert that night. I wasn't even there for the costume contest. So, again, it just depends on the circumstance surrounding. But yeah, if we hit this goddamn donation goal, we'll I'll wear it at least a couple days. Cringe. It's cringe. A stream within a stream. It kind of did become that, didn't it? You have to get a cult of Memphis followers at GFest 2021. Yeah, they'll follow me around and will bless the world. What's Rob doing? I can't even hear him. Why can't I hear him? Oh, I have my headphones in. It's not an if. I'm definitely going to close out that goal. I have Rob's stream pulled up, but he appears frozen for me. Oh, now, no, he's not frozen. He's talking about how I'm looking at him. All right, everybody in chat. Go pop on over to Rob's stream and spam him with the D-Force. Spam him with the D-Force. Go spread the word. D-Man needs to cosplay as one of the Cult of Memphis followers so I can make a good joke about it. Why would I cosplay as the Cult of Memphis follower? Why wouldn't I cosplay as Memphis? Go raid him with the D-Force. Rob's thinking kinky right now, and I have to as well. Because Jesus Christ. It's absurd. How much did you donate to Rob? That's truly... He donated a lot of money here as well. Kinky Dora must be a rich person. It has been done. I see that it's been done. Just doing my part. I'm listening to Rob. Sorry, I'm totally getting distracted by Rob right now. It's not going to be a good raid. We only have 27 people. I know. I know. It would be better if we had more people, but I didn't put Godzilla vs. Kong in the title, so we don't have as many people. I spoiled the secret. What secret did I spoil? How much did Kinky Dora donate? Oh, yeah. Mr. How can you be on two platforms at once, Mr. L? How can you be Kinky Dora on this stream and Mr. L on mine? I'm looking at both chats right now. How much did you donate to Rob's stream? Oh, Rob's got a cool, cool color background now. That's pretty sweet. He probably has multiple devices. What stream are you watching? I'm watching the ETN stream right now. That's really cool. I like the colors. That's awesome. I want colors like that. I want to have the ability to change the color in my room. Be really cool. Here, I'll ask Rob stream because Kinky's not telling me. I've been able to me and the Dead Memes channel. I've been able to be me and the Dead Memes channel at the same time in the stream before. Nice. Damn, Kinky Dora. How much money does this dude have? $1,000? This dude dropped $1,800 in one night. Rob, can you hear me right now? Because I don't know how to do what you're talking about. Yeah. I'll have to have him do that. I can't tell if... I don't know if Rob can hear me right now. It's like having a conversation to one way here. It's like... I didn't reveal that. He revealed... It is weird because you guys can only hear one half of the conversation. I apologize that. He's... Hold on. I have to listen to their message. Okay. I'm trying to... It is... I'm sorry, guys. You can... Oh, if you have both streams up, you can hear. Rob, I'm gonna end my stream in just a second, so I'm talking to him now. If you want to keep streaming, I could pop over into yours. I don't know how to set up the tip jar. I don't even know what that is. Is that something on YouTube or Twitch? I don't know. Also, I did not spoil who Mr. L is. He did that to himself. He said it here. He dropped the spoiler, so I didn't do it. I do have Zoom, yes. It's super weird hearing myself on his stream while I'm talking. Chat is super laggy. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I could pop on your stream. I'll just have to end mine. I'll have to end mine and then I could pop on yours. I do have Zoom for my chat. Yes, guys, I do have Zoom. Because see, this was supposed to be a watch-along, and I don't want the watch-along for people who watch it later to suddenly turn into just like a Q&A or whatever. So I would have to end this stream, and then later on I'd have to... I guess I could just start a new stream right off the back of this, but whatever. I'm so distracted hearing myself talk. It's the crossover of the century. I mean, I pop in his chat all the time, so... Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing that Rob's doing here. I'm gonna pop on out of his stream. I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys, and then and no, it's up to you guys right now. You guys can decide right now if am I gonna just start streaming again? Am I gonna just make a new stream really fast? It's up to you guys, I suppose. Make another stream? No? Don't make a new stream? Yeah, it's up to you guys. We'll be seeing you on the next watch along. You sure will. Join Rob's stream. I think what I'll do, if you want to keep hearing me stream, I'll pop on over to Rob. We can do another stream on this channel some other time. Not tomorrow. I got stuff going on tomorrow, but we'll do more streams. I'm in summer now, so we'll do more streams. We'll pop on out of here. This will be the end of that. Thank you guys all for tuning into this one. I have to give a huge shout out to Mr. L, Kinky Dora. Thank you so much. You genuinely don't know how much it means to me. I mean, I don't want to be like on a soapbox here, like on a feel bad for me, pity me. I don't. That's not the point. But I've monetization's been really terrible for me. I'm making 10 times less money now than I made last year, and 10 times is a lot. When I don't talk about how much money I make on the channel a lot, but I'm making no money right now. I'm making less money now than I made when I had 1,000 subscribers back in the day. So the donations really help. I've been kind of depressed about it. Like, I've been putting in work, time. It takes a lot of time to make videos, and I've just been making no money compared to what I used to make. So I genuinely appreciate it. It's all right. A friend of Rob is a friend of mine. Buy something nice for yourself. You deserve it. That's a fact. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody. Head on over to Rob's stream. YouTube is really not a good source of income right now, but you'll get through this. Yeah, I'm going to have to open up a Patreon soon because I'm just not making money. And if you guys want me to keep making videos, it's no longer viable for me to not have a job. So I really need to offset that because I don't want a job. Hold on, D-Man, I want a tip. All right, I'll hold on, Omnidoll. I'm never going to not call you Omnidoll, Omniblast. That's a lie. I'm going to forget that you used to be called Omnidoll, and I'm going to switch. I'm going to forget. It is ending right now. I just got to wait for Omnidoll. Omnidoll, though, you better specify if you want this tip to go to Mephi's cosplay or not. Let me know about the Patreon before you announce it. I'll be the first one. Will do. I will do. You can call me Omnidoll. It's all good. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And you can decide if that donation goes to towards the Mephi's cosplay. But yeah, I mean, it's no longer viable for me to not have a job. And if I have a job, I can't do YouTube as much. So I'm going to have to open up a Patreon, which I don't like doing, but cosplay it is. All right. I'll jot it down. Sorry, I totally punched my mic right there. Well, guys, we have less than $100 left to go. It's a pretty solid place to end for the night. I'm going to end it. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Love you all. Love you, Omnidoll. Love you, Mr. L. See you guys next time for the next one. D-Man out.